Hello guys, welcome to another video. Now I am in my bed currently, but I couldn't be bothered to move. Yes, if you have watched, I don't actually think it did that well, but if you have watched my Train 16 discussion video that I uploaded a few days ago, you'll remember I had to use my headphone, and I've had to do the same again because I don't know why, but the quality of the mic on this is pretty shit. So yeah, have to use this, so excuse the look, but same as the previous video. Right, I know obviously it's been a few days since the last one. If you're wondering why I haven't uploaded part 2, which I presume you are, same as always, I don't know, motivation I guess. Because it didn't really do that well, but I thought, I did a part 1, I might as well do a part 2. Even maybe a part 3, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Right, so in the previous episode, I believe I talked about Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams, and Red Bull. Yeah, so this episode, I'm going to talk about a few of the others, or maybe even the rest of them, if I have time to, because I don't want this video to go on for absolutely ages, as some of them have done in the past. So yeah. So what I'm going to do. So let's get started with Force India. So, well, first of all, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about all the teams, how they've done, drivers, how each one of them have done, and then at the end, a conclusion of just what I think of the season so far, really. Yeah. So let's talk about Force India. It was a slow start, definitely. I don't think they did that well in the first 4 races. And after the first 4 races, it did seem to some of us, including myself, that they had actually fallen back a bit, which was definitely surprising to me because I thought they were going to be the underdogs, as in maybe even battling Williams. So yeah, after the first 4 races, we did think that, but to be fair, the majority of it was just bad luck. Seemed to they had quite a few incidents, Nico Hulkenberg especially. So yeah, bad luck at the start, but then it started to pick up, especially in Monaco, where Perez got a podium, and in Baku as well, which was very, very good on his part. And yeah, it kicked off after that, really, and it then started to show that Force India really are starting to become a major part in F1 in terms of performance. And yeah, at the moment, I believe they're only about, correct me if I'm wrong, about 15 points, round about that, behind Williams. So they are catching Williams, and I think they could overtake them in the second half of the season. Because, as I said in my previous episode, Williams just haven't been that good this year at all, really. So yeah, that's it for that. So yeah, the drivers, Perez, as I just said, he got a couple of podiums in Monaco and Baku, and overall it's been a very, very, very impressive season for him. Once again, he has outshined Nico Hulkenberg a bit, but as always, Nico Hulkenberg is always there or thereabouts. He is a very good driver. I don't think he tends to have as much luck as Perez does, but he is still a very, very good driver. So he's always there somewhere. Yeah, that's Force India done. So let's do Renault, shall we? If you've noticed a bit of a trend here, I'm doing them in order of where they finished last year, so in order of where the teams finished. Anyway, sorry about that. So yeah, Renault. It's been as expected, I think, is the best thing to say. They have scored points. They've scored, what was it, 3 or 4? It's either 3 or 4 points, or was it 6 points? It's either 3, 4 or 6 points, I can't remember. But yeah, Kevin Magnussen finished P7 in Russia. But yeah, apart from that, nothing to say really on Renault. It's been as expected. It's basically last year's Lotus C23, but with a crapper engine, so of course they're going to struggle, aren't they? As said before, this season was really to try and build up resources and get a good foundation set for next year, which they say they're going to start they're going to start challenging for like serious points and maybe even podiums, which I don't believe. I think next year they're definitely going to be up there, but not technical podiums, certainly. I could be wrong, but nah. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, been as expected. Performances have been pretty mediocre at best. At some points, they've even been challenging the likes of Sauber and Manor, which, as I say, was to be expected, but still, when you say the name Renault, you don't associate them with Manor or Sauber, do you? But yeah. So, the drivers. Kevin Magnussen has done pretty solid. As I say, he did get those points in Russia, but that was, to be honest, down to luck mainly, more than anything else. Yeah, so he got those points. He has made quite a few mistakes, to be honest, in Monaco and Canada especially, I think. But to be fair, Jolyon Palmer's... To be honest, I think Jolyon Palmer's season's been crap. He's... You know, it's been so bad. I mean, maybe I'm making it sound worse than it is, but at some points, I don't know if it's him or the car. Because sometimes there can be cases where the drivers can't get to grips with like the car, and it makes them look, you know, pretty bad. But yeah, Jolyon Palmer definitely hasn't done anything amazing this season. I hope he does. I hope he has a better second half of the season, so you know he can show more what he's capable of. Because I do believe he's a GP2 world champion. He's got to be good. I mean, but yeah, he hasn't done anything great this season. So I'm hoping that he has a better second half of the season. Pardon me. Right. So yep, that's Renault done. Who's next? Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso has... Well, as we all know, they started off with Carlos Sainz and Daniel Kvyat, and then after Russia, it became... What am I saying? They started off with Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. Then, after Russia, they switched to Daniel Kvyat and Carlos Sainz. There we go. Reason being, well, we all know what Red Bull said, but in my opinion, something completely different. If you want to know what I think, go watch part 1. So yeah, let's summarise race 1 to 4 when Max Verstappen was there. It was, well, they showed definitely that their car, again, their chassis, was really, really good. They are using the 2015 Ferrari engine, which obviously is not going to be as good as the 2016 Ferrari engine or Mercedes. But yeah, the chassis is so good, they still managed to get some solid points. I seem to remember Carlos Sainz in Australia was running in P4 at one point. You know, that's good, isn't it? Right, I've just noticed the picture's quite dark, so hang on. Tell you what, let me open... Sorry, I wish I could cut this out, but... Is that better? Yay, there you go. Open the blinds so there's a bit more light in here, because I've just noticed it was quite dark. Moving on. So yeah, Carlos Sainz has done some very good performances. Max Verstappen in the first 4 races was, again, he's Max Verstappen. He was up there. Then came between Russia and Spain, where for reasons... I've already said, they were switched. So Max Verstappen went to Red Bull. Daniel Kvyat, sadly, went back to Toro Rosso. And Daniel Kvyat, you've got to feel sorry for him. I mean, you have to. He's, I think, ever since he left Red Bull to go to Toro Rosso, it wasn't his decision, but still, when that happened, you had to feel for him. I mean, he was so... I think he lost motivation and he lost confidence in himself because he started to blame himself for losing the seat. But I think there's more to it than that. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's only scored 1 point so far for Toro Rosso. That says it all, doesn't it? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not blaming Daniel Kvyat for his performances. I think, he was driving for Red Bull for one season and 4 races. Got pushed to Toro Rosso, which is a worse car. If for any driver, it's going to be hard getting used to it, isn't it? I'm not blaming him because I think he's a great driver. So I don't think it's his fault that he's only scored 1 point. I think, as I said, it's down to the fact that he's lost confidence, he's lost motivation. So yeah, I really, really hope he has a better second half of the season. Otherwise, he is going to be kicked out. He is. I mean, he is going to be kicked out unless he ups his game. But yeah, for Carlos Sainz, he's secured a seat for next season, so he hasn't got to worry about anything. He's doing really well, as always. So yeah, let's see what he does in the second half as well. So yeah, but yeah, Toro Rosso's season has been overall pretty good. As good as last year? I'm not sure. It's been good, but as I say, as other teams have been moving up, they obviously have struggled to keep up, but it's been pretty good. Sauber. Well, recently, Sauber was bought by a Swiss company. Can't remember the name. I'm pretty sure it's like a million miles long. But yeah, they have bought Sauber, which basically has secured their future for at least another few seasons, which is excellent to hear because I really thought that this was going to be their last season in F1, as I'm sure the majority of you did. The majority of you did too. But yeah, their future is secured, so that's good. Their season, on the other hand, has been fucking awful. I mean, let's be honest. They have one of, if not the smallest budget on the grid, so they're going to struggle to work up the car or build up the car, aren't they? Because the car this year basically is, I'm pretty sure, like 90% identical to last year's car. And yeah, they are currently last in the constructors with no points. Yes, they are behind Manor at the moment, anyway. Their season, like the races, have been pretty bad. Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasser have both struggled to, do well, not because of them, but because of the car, because it's shite. So yeah. We know it's going to get better at least. We know that Sauber are definitely going to improve in the future because they now have that financial backing, which they were lacking for the first half of the season. So yeah, I just hope they do better in the second half because I want to see them score some points because the last time they scored no points was actually in 2014. It was 2 seasons ago they scored no points. Yeah, their season has been as bad as 2014 so far, if not worse. So let's hope they improve. Yeah, let's talk about the drivers. So yeah, Marcus Ericsson, who's outperformed the other one? Felipe. Actually, I think Marcus Ericsson has actually done a little bit better than Felipe Nasr this season. As I say, they're both great drivers, but as I said, the car's awful, so both of them have been struggling to do well. And that's always an issue when you've got 2 fantastic drivers in a shit car. They're not going to be able to show off their skills as much as, let's say, I don't know, Lewis Hamilton in a Mercedes. That's a championship winning car. Everyone thinks he's the best driver in F1 because of that, which to be fair, he probably is. But yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, Sauber season so far, shit. But hopefully it gets better. Okay, so let's do McLaren. Just looking at the time, yeah, I'll do all of them. Why not? So, McLaren has definitely improved this season. Not as much as I wanted them to, but they have improved. They are now solidly, getting in the top 10 every race. At the bottom end of the top 10, to be honest, but, they're still in the top 10. Last season, they were struggling to make P14, so it's definitely better. As I say, the chassis is good because McLaren chassis are usually always decent. This one is definitely better than last year. So yeah, I'm pretty sure actually in a poll that recently came out, I think it was in Spain, some guy who studied all of them said that the McLaren was the 4th best chassis, better than Williams and Toro Rosso and what like. So yeah, it's definitely a good chassis, but again, the Honda engine is way, way more reliable than it was last year. and also more powerful. Not that much, but more powerful. So yeah, they have improved, but I still think it's going to take a little bit of time for them to actually like challenge for podiums or wins or whatever. Maybe another couple of seasons, I'm guessing. But that's what I think anyway. You guys might think something different. So yeah, the drivers. Fernando Alonso had an appalling start to the 2016 season. Not necessarily because of performance, he's Fernando Alonso, he's a great driver, but yeah, he had a massive crash in Australia, which then made him, not able to participate in Bahrain. So he was replaced then with Stoffel van Dorn, and Stoffel van Dorn, I'm pretty sure, is a GP2 champion, I think, or GP3, one of the two. He's a fantastic driver, and he managed to score points, which at that point were their first points. And yeah, then Fernando Alonso came back, and after that, pardon me. So yeah, after that, got very good. Jenson Button, as always, is very good. However, is he actually going to stay at McLaren? Because this is a story that's been going around all season, and there are a lot of rumours that he's going to Williams to replace Felipe Massa, because I don't think they're going to replace Valtteri Bottas if Jenson Button's going to come in. I think Valtteri Bottas, he's too hot. That sounded wrong. He's too good to be replaced, I think. So yeah, if anyone is going to leave Williams, it's going to be Felipe Massa, I think. Felipe Massa, he's had a very long stint in F1, and I think he is likely to retire at the end of the season. So yeah, if Jenson Button does go to Williams, I think it will actually be a nice finale to his career, because he started at Williams. It'll be nice to see him finish at Williams too. But yeah, so Jenson Button, basically, he's either going to stay at McLaren, which I don't think he will, or he's going to retire, which he could, or he's going to go to Williams, which he could. So yeah, that's it really for McLaren. So yeah, definitely better, but could still be better. Right, so we now come on to Manor and Haas. Let's do Manor first, and we'll save Haas for last because, again, new team. So, yeah, Manor. Way, way, way better than last year, because if you'll remember, last year they were using basically the 2014 car with the 2014 Ferrari engine. So, yeah, they were basically nowhere to be seen, because they only just managed to get into the season, thanks to many magical things. No, but yeah, so this season they've scored points, albeit 1 point, but they have scored a point. That was in Austria, thanks to Pascal Wehrlein. Yeah, the car itself is basic, but it is actually up there. It's actually been faster than the Sauber at some points, even the Renault at some points, which is very, very good for them. Yeah, so that's been all right. Pascal Wehrlein, he's a potential world champion in the future, and he has shown that he is a very, very good driver. His performances have been very, very good. As I say, he did score that 1 point in Austria, which is very good. And yeah, he's made very few, if any, mistakes at all. He's just been very consistent and very fluent. Rio Haryanto, if you haven't heard, he has been replaced by Esteban Ocon for the second half of the season. If you don't know who Esteban Ocon is, I don't really know that either. What I have heard is, I believe he was a DTM driver, similar to Pascal Wehrlein, and he is also on keys for potentially going to Mercedes in the future, as well as Pascal Wehrlein. So basically now, what Manor have are two excellent drivers who could be going to Mercedes. So yes, Manor has now officially become Mercedes B team. Basically. Yeah, so this is it now. The three top teams in F1 now have their own B team. Mercedes has Manor, Red Bull has Toro Rosso, and Ferrari has Haas. What is F1 becoming? I guess that's a good thing. Moving on. Rio Haryanto actually was decent, I think. He wasn't amazing, but he did better than I expected. I thought he was going to be very similar to Roberto Merhi. which if you remember Roberto Merhi, he was basically useless. But yeah, I think he definitely did better than I was expecting. But actually, from what I heard, the main reason he was sacked was not because of his performances. It was more down to his financial backing, because he is backed by the Indonesian government, and basically the funding fell through. So they basically had no choice other than to kick him out, unfortunately. However, he has stayed on as a reserve driver now, which he says he's going to take on very happily. So yeah, I'm happy that he's keeping his spirits up, but still, for any driver, it must feel awful to lose your seat, to be honest. So yeah, he's now replaced by Esteban Ocon. As I say, I haven't seen much of him, so I can't really say what I think of him. All I can say is let's wait and see. So yeah, Manor has definitely been better in many regards. Now we come to Haas, the new team. Well, I say new. It's very heavily linked with Ferrari, so it's not. It is new. The team's new. You know, the management's new. The car's new. Although it does use a lot of Ferrari's parts, so it's Ferrari's B team. Think of it that way. But yeah, so it's been very good, actually. Romain Grosjean, I'm pretty sure, scored 28 points so far this season, which I'm pretty sure was more than McLaren scored in the whole of last year. Although McLaren last year was fucking awful. You know what I mean. Yeah, Romain Grosjean has done superbly, I think. He was P6 in Australia and P5 in Bahrain. After that, it wasn't so much him or Gutierrez, it was the car. You know, being new, it didn't have as much development as other teams around them, such as Force India, Toro Rosso. Yeah, just didn't have as much development. But they did slowly start to catch up. So yeah, I think overall it's been very good. Romain Grosjean, he's Romain Grosjean, so he's quick always. And he's very good. Gutierrez, on the other hand, unfortunately, it seems very similar to when he was at Sauber, especially in 2013, i.e. nowhere near his teammate. Yeah, Romain Grosjean has scored 28 points. Esteban Gutierrez so far has scored none. He scored no points at all. Yes, to be fair, there's been a lot of bad luck on his side, which actually is what happened at Sauber, I believe, as well. He just always had no luck. And this has happened again. He says, and he expects, and we all expect, that he's going to score some points in the second half. And I hope he does, because I think, yeah, there's a lot of bad luck involved with him, and I think he is a better driver than it seems. Some people say he's awful and that he should be kicked out. But I don't think that. I think he does have potential. He just needs to find some luck, and then he can start to score points and show us what he's really made of. So yeah, we'll see how it goes in the second half. But so far, Haas is doing very, very well for a first season at F1, even though they are Ferrari's B team. So yeah, Romain Grosjean doing well. Esteban Gutierrez, hopefully it does go well soon. Right, that's it. All the teams and drivers done. So yeah, 2016 so far has definitely, in my opinion, been better than 2015. Not as good as I hoped it would be in terms of like Ferrari battling Mercedes, because Ferrari have been very disappointing so far. Again, if you want to hear what I think, go see part 1. But yeah, in terms of the races, it's been a lot better than 2015. The action's been there, crashes have been there, even though they're not good, but they do add to the races. And yeah, if you... The only thing I'd say that's let this season down so far, as I just said, is Ferrari not being able to challenge Mercedes. But yeah, as I say, there was a lot of bad luck involved with them. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling on. So yeah, 2016 has been very good so far. Right, that's it. So thank you for watching. I might make... Well, actually, just as a little thingy-maling, if you're not aware, which I'm sure... if you follow me, you must be into F1, so you probably know this. F1 2016, the game, is coming out on the 19th of August. So that's a week away today, 7 days. So I might make a video in between this one and when I make a video on F1 2016, because assure me, I'm definitely going to be making at least 20 on that game because I'm probably going to play it non-stop. But yeah, so until the 19th of August, I can't guarantee I'm going to be making another video, but one might show up. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I shall catch you 19th of August probably. So yeah, thank you. Goodbye.